Okay,
Hi,
can
sir.
you hear me? Yes.
Yeah, can.
Was it hard to update Zoom?
I don't know why it took so long. And then after the update, I had to restart my laptop.
Oh, okay, no problem. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine. So, I believe the homework was a bit strange or tough.
Yeah. It's like I can do like half of it, but then there's one part, small error, and I don't know what to do.
Okay. So you,
I
yeah,
should.
you start sharing. Yes.
Okay.
But did you manage to get the idea behind the exercise or
Yeah.
so?
Yeah. I
Okay.
know what they wanted me to do. It's just some parts I didn't know how to.
Okay. So you managed to sum the two dices.
Uh, like I don't know, like the dice. I don't know what to do after the number. Like, how do I get the sum, and how do I like get it to get the probability?
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Let me open the question. Yeah. Okay. So you can see my code.
Yes, I can see your code. Okay. So this
Yeah.
print two digit.
Yeah. This part I can get the numbers, but I don't know how to get, like, for example, if I let me just this. Okay. Like when I print this out, I get the error that because this random number is in the loop. I'm assuming that's why I cannot find the
Mm-hmm.
symbol. But if I put it, let's say I put it in the loop, right? So if I put the whole thing in the loop, then I get it, except it will print every time it
Okay.
loops.
Okay. This is a small trick actually here. So the point here is that
Okay.
you are able to define a variable outside the while loop and
Oh, so I just
just
need to.
use it only
Okay.
inside. So if you do that, then you are able to.
Oh, okay. So now
So
it
it's
should.
just yes, but remove the int here. So that because this is for
Oh,
defining.
yeah. Okay. Eh, 12. Oh, 30. But
Uh-huh.
because now it's only taking the last,
Okay.
right? Now
So
it's only, yeah.
so now what should we do then? So my question to you, okay, so now you're counting the numbers, am I right?
Yeah.
So it means that you need a way to actually uh, to also count or check if you encounter certain insight.
Yeah.
So how to do
Because
that?
now it only checks random number, which
Which
will
is the
be the
last one.
last loop. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
So
now how do I check each?
you can
I
you need to put an if statement inside the while loop.
Yeah, I think, yeah, if I just like take this if statement and I
Just,
put it,
just be aware that you only need to print that line at the end.
yeah, Yeah.
So you only need an if
So
statement. Okay.
so if Adam it is 13, but then what do I just
What?
put another um,
Uh-huh. So okay, there is a
should I put
concept
like
called flag. A flag
okay.
is it is just a variable that you create. This variable, you have two choices. You can create it as a boolean that
Yeah, that's
carry
what I
true
was
or false.
thinking. Yeah,
You can also write. You can also use it as an integer. So um, maybe we can call it count 13. So count 13 can be an integer, and we can initialize it here as a 0. So we know if so if it is anytime it is 13, this is incremented inside here. So, and here we check if this count 13 is bigger than 0. So we know that we already saw a 13.
right.
This is one way. Another way is to use true or false. So you have to create a variable that can be true and false. It's your choice.
But so what you're saying here is I can just put like if I define this, let's say integer num equals 0,
Yeah, but
then I can
preferably make it a name that we can understand. Yes, num is okay. Uh,
okay,
I wouldn't do that. That
no,
would be slightly confusing. No, I wouldn't do that. I would just say, uh, okay, you can say num is okay. Just write here num plus plus. Okay, is enough.
oh okay, I see. So
Okay,
then for
and then
this,
you check here if this num is bigger than 0. If it is bigger than 0, it means that it have been incremented, and it means that it
yeah,
has seen a 13. So give it a try.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
But my advice is that uh, when you create variables, create it that can tell the people what it does from the name. A num does not tell me anything. We are counting here. We are counting the 13. So you
yeah,
can, yeah, just make it a name that uh, when you look at it, then you will understand. Because when you create 10 to 20 variables in your program, and then all of them is num1, num2, num3, then that is totally will be confusing for yourself and for everybody who reading your code. Okay, it's a good
hmm.
practice that you practice that from now.
So I can put like yeah, if the 13, right? That's a
Oh,
variable.
okay. Count 13 or 13 count. Yeah, count
Okay, okay,
13 should be fine.
okay,
Okay, Ryan.
yeah,
Okay,
okay.
okay, good. This is the
Yeah.
first part.
No, this I didn't know what to do after I okay. Wait, why is there an error here? Oh, because I didn't okay. Yeah, so I don't like okay, sure I can enter the number of rows into 1,000. But how do I from like how do I get the sums of the dice and the probabilities? I don't know how to do.
Okay. Can we first check the requirement one by one, and so we are able to satisfy it? So he is telling
Yeah,
first, ask the user to input how many times the dice will be rolled.
yeah,
Okay, and then he asks to calculate the probability of each combination of the dice.
yeah.
So okay, now are we able to represent the dice rolling with a random number that can that can.
Okay.
So when the dice is rolled, we have six faces from the dice. Am I right? Or six sides. Each side
Yeah.
um, have a unique number, and this unique number can be one from 1 to 6. Am I right?
Yeah.
So it means that every dice will give you a random number from 1 to 6, and
Yeah.
then if we have, okay, so I think you just need to implement this first,
Yeah. Okay.
and
So
the, when you get the number of rolling, so it means that uh, you have to repeat that process for according to the number that you decided as an input for rolling. Did you get me, or I need
mm-hmm.
to tell you?
Yeah, so I need to make a loop
Exactly.
that
Yes.
okay.
So yes. So we start little by little first, and then we increment on. So we know that we have two dices. He asks you to make two dices.
Yeah.
So it means that, yeah, we will have two random numbers that being generated.
Yeah. So then I can roll the but now I need my problem is here the sum and probability. If I
Sum
okay wait
is
first
any number that comes out from the random generator. This dice roll 1 and 2. So you have to add these two numbers. This will give you the sum of the rolling of the two dices.
yeah but okay wait let me just do step by step first. I
Yes,
do the while
exactly.
loop.
Yes.
So while oh yeah I need to okay count. Okay, so while count not equals to none zero.
May I know when should we use a while and when should we use a for loop?
Mm, I mean you can use both.
It's true, we can use both, but
Yeah.
for is compact, and we know
Yeah.
that if we know the number of times that we need to loop upfront, then it is
Mm,
more easier to use a for loop. If you depend on a condition that we don't know when it will happen, so we use a while loop. For loop, okay, if you enter the number of rolls upfront, so you know, okay, I want to roll for 100 times, 1,000 times. So you know upfront.
mm,
So it's not
yeah.
you're going to discover while you are inside the while loop. So it is more compact and easier and simpler to use a for loop. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but not equal none, 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 then I plus plus.
Excellent. Yes.
Okay.
Just be aware that,
Yeah.
okay, you can run like this. Yes. Okay. So the sum, and I appreciate if you always put spaces. It's
Okay.
more readable. Put space here. Put space here.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, like enter or you
Yes,
want
enter. Yes,
gaps?
yes. That's great. Yeah,
Okay.
and always
Alright.
also use indentation. So you have the lines inside the for loop should not
Like
be
that?
on the same line. Yes, yes. Excellent.
Right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay.
now we
Now,
roll the dice for 2 times, and then we
yeah.
need to get the sum of what was actually stored inside the dice. This random will
Yeah.
generate a
Okay.
number. Am I right?
Yeah. So integer sum equals to s copies. And yeah, I do that in the loop. Okay.
Yes.
And now I need the probability here.
Okay, but just let us try to run first
Okay.
and with a print. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Since yeah, we will never know what's going inside the sum.
Yeah. Okay, so I can print inside the loop also.
Yes,
Fine.
yes.
So,
Make it 100. Okay, yeah, fine.
oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah. Okay. So it
okay, so,
works. Yeah, of course, 1,000 is a bit much. Okay.
okay, so it means that your code so far is working. Your loop is working. You
Yeah.
managed to generate numbers. Am I right? So
Yeah.
now the probability is how we know how to calculate the probability. This is the biggest thing that you should first think about, the mathematics about it.
Yeah.
How?
So
Any idea?
I mean, technically, I just take the like if I take 1/6 times 1/6, right, and then do that for each sum.
So we know
Like
a
if we're looking at
probability of,
mathematics.
so okay, the probability of anything is that you count a number. No, so let me put it this way. So you have 6 sides, and let's assume that for example, this first roll or first dice produce 6, and then the second
Yeah.
dice also produce 6. If I add them, this will result into 12. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is the probability of having a 12 when we when we roll for 1,000 times? So it means that you need to divide this 12 by 1,000, which is the number of time you roll, and then you multiply it by 100.
Yeah.
So this is in general the equation for getting a probability. If you change this
Yeah.
1,000, if you change the number of roll, this will change. And okay, now the minimum number that I'm able to get from here is 1 from here and another 1 from here. This is the minimum because there is no 0, right? You
Yeah.
Every dice can minimum bring to you 1 and 1. 1 and 1, if added together, they give you 2. So the minimum number that you are able to get from this summing is 2. And the maximum number that you are able to get from this summing is 12. And there is numbers in between. So if this give you
Yeah.
2 and you add it to 1, it means that here is 3. So and so on until you reach. So if this give you 5, you add, and this give you 6, the second dice give you 6, you add them, it give you 11. So it means that for every one of those, you need to count how many times it happened.
So basically, I can just do sum over numeral times 100.
Mm, it is true, but the position is not correct. Because why? First of all, you will run for 1,000 times. And when you run for 1,000 times, each time it runs, it will produce for you a number. And you need to check this number. If it happened before, you need to do some incrementing. If it doesn't happen, every time it happens, you will have to increment some number. So you have somehow to create a number of variables to count each. in the previous example, we counted only one number, which is 13. But here,
Yeah.
we need to count, if the sum is 2, we need to count, or we can say also sum 2, sum 3, until sum 12. So the minimum is here, the maximum is here. And there is a lot of numbers inside. So it means that you need to keep track of each. And for each one of them, you have to also calculate the probability. Did you get me, or it's somehow not so easy? Not so easy. Okay.
It's a bit confusing.
No problem. Okay, start with two things first. Create
Okay.
two variables, sum 2 and sum 12.
Okay.
Here. Same like when you do, you define your count 13 outside the loop, not inside. So
Yeah.
we do the same here. Sum 2 and sum 12. And each one of them is initialized to 0. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then we use this. Oh, be aware. When we add a number to a string as a name for a variable, we cannot leave a space.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. And then you come here, you put some if statement inside the for loop.
Yeah.
If it see a sum of 2, then it will increment our variable.
Right. Okay. I see. I see what you mean. So if
It is the same like what we have done with the 13.
yeah. Okay. Sum is equal to 2. Then I can do sum 2. Let me do what? Sum 2 plus plus? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Okay.
And then what about the 12 one?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Then so then I need to continue. I need else if I always
Yes,
get
yes,
else if. So you want me to do this for each?
yes. It's supposed to be for each.
So I need 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Exactly. But at the moment,
Okay.
just run your code first now and calculate the probability of these two. Okay, so you need to write a big code until you try something and make sure it's working. So we at the moment, if we incremented these two, we are able to calculate the probability for them, and we are able to print it out, just to check if we are working on the correct rule. Okay.
Okay.
So now,
So I should bring this here, right? And do something like probability to, and I guess I can just I just leave it like that. So then for each one, I'll change this 3, 4 until 12.
but this should be always tied to the number that you entered.
Okay. Okay. So then I can just put numbers in.
And the probability is you are dividing 2 by the number of times, or the count of how many times 2 appeared here.
Oh, right, right. Okay. So then I need to put this outside of the if statement.
Yes, exactly. And this you don't need to put plus plus, just only.
I should put it outside the loop also.
Yes,
Is it,
yes, this is correct. Yes, you should be put it
yeah.
outside the loop. Yes, because inside the loop
Okay.
it will keep being incremented, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And the plus plus, there is no point to put it here because
Yeah.
it is only being incremented inside. Yeah.
Okay. So then I need to just copy this like and have, so I need to make some 3, some 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I need to then have add this sum for this. Okay. 11. Okay. Then now I need to it's do this here is yeah, that should work. Then this also should work. So now I want to print so I need to print out. Okay, I see. And I need okay, and something. Else. Oh, like that.
Sorry, we close and open again.
Okay.